Hey guys, Cameron here again, and today I want to go over my gear list for my upcoming trip to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. I'll be headed out there next Thursday to do a pretty good section. Should be about a 4-day trip or 4-night trip, and so I just wanted to go over my ultralight gear list. All my base weight is about 9.4 pounds. I'm not going to break everything down into specific ounces. But that is my overall base weight, and this is exactly what I plan to take, minus my food and my food bag. And what my food bag usually is just a couple Walmart sacks with my food thrown in it, so it doesn't really add too much weight. So let's get started. I'll go over my gear list and tell you a few reasons why I take what I take, and I hope you enjoy. I hope this helps you out. Alright, so whenever I pack for any kind of trip, I always break it down into specific sections. That helps me be prepared. So, like, I break it down into a shelter. Do I have everything here that'll keep me sheltered for the night? Then I have insulation. Do I have everything to be able to sleep comfortably? Food. Can I cook my food and be able to eat? So things like that. That's how I break my stuff down. And that's what's easiest for me. That way I have everything that I need to take with me. So let me start off with packing. Now every other trip I've taken out there, I have taken a Go Light backpack, and it's worked out great. The main reason I took it is because I was carrying hammock gear, which took up a lot more volume, and also just the water situation out there. You have to carry most of your water. There's no backcountry water sources. But this time I opted to do something a little different. My pack weight is a little bit less, and so I'm going to go with my Z-Pack Zero pack here. You've probably seen me carry this on some other trips. It's just a Cuban fiber backpack from Z-Packs. It does have a shoulder strap, pouch, and center mesh pocket. And so it's really no frills. It weighs under 6 ounces even with the pocket, and that's what I'll be carrying on this trip. This is a pack liner. It's just a big plastic bag that takes up the full volume of that. I don't actually put all my stuff in there. What I do is I throw anything I don't want to get wet, like my sleeping bag or extra clothes. I'll throw them in there and I roll it up, and sometimes I tie it off, sometimes I don't, and I'll put it down in my backpack. The Cuban fiber itself is waterproof, but all around the seams and obviously the top opening are not waterproof. So that's just an extra layer to help keep things waterproof. I've never been rained on at Guadalupe Mountains before. I have been up there when there's snow, so I don't anticipate a lot of rain. If there is going to be a big chance of rain in the forecast, I may change a couple things around, but nothing too significant to where it should change this overall pack list. Alright, so that is my backpack and pack liner. Next, I'll move on to my tent. And this is the Z-Packs Duplex tent. This is the 0.51 Cuban fiber. It's a little bit lighter. I've taken this on my last several trips. It's an awesome tent. I really love it. I know it's really popular with thru hikers, and I'm just a weekend guy. Sometimes a little bit longer trips like this one, and it works out awesome for me. It's a palace for one person, and it does fit two if you're comfortable with that person, like I was with my wife on my last trip. I don't know if I'd take a buddy to stay in this with me. That's just me. But for me and my wife, it's great. Or me by myself, it's awesome. These are my Thai tent stakes. I just use a shepherd's hook stake. These are the tough style that you can get from Z-Packs, and a little Cuban fiber stuff sack. All these together, I think I have 8 stakes in here, and it works out great with this tent. Now let's move on to my sleeping pad. This is Neo Air. It's the regular size. You probably saw me do a review of this in my last video. This is actually my wife's pad, but I'm going to take it just to try out and just to use. This is my Go Light Ultra 20. It is a quilt style. It doesn't have a back to it. This is my sleeping bag. And it weighs 20 ounces in the stuff sack. It says it's rated to 20 degrees, but this is really old actually, and I would probably rate it to about 30 degrees, but it works well for me. For my pillow, this is a Sea to Summit Aeros pillow. I've used it for the last several trips and I love it. It works really well for me. And then sort of a luxury item that I'll also have in my tent is this inflatable Lucy lantern. My wife got this for me for Christmas, and I've taken it on my last several trips, and I really like it. It's really cool. It's crazy heavy compared to all my other stuff. This is just a throw-in, just because I want it kind of thing. It's great, very convenient for inside the tent, lighten up the whole tent. Next, this is my ditty bag. It's a Cuban fiber stuff sack, I believe from Z-Packs. It may be from somebody else. Anyway, this, I'm not going to pull everything out of here, but it does have my toothbrush, toothpaste, toilet paper, a very, very small first aid kit. I feel very comfortable not taking a big first aid kit. I just have a few bandages, gauze, some ibuprofen, things like that. I don't have anything real significant in here. I also have some Z-line for some extra cordage. Let's see, there may be some Burt's Bees in here, and that's pretty much about it. Something I'm taking on this trip that I don't normally take are these. These are actually body warmers, but they're basically hand warmers. I've never taken anything like this before, but you can't have fires out at Guadalupe Mountains. And last time I went during winter, I took a lot more significant sleeping bag. And so this is just a little added extra insurance just in case I get a little cold. I'll be able to activate one of these. Alright, let's move on to my kitchen section, is what I like to call it. I'm going to take actually 2 of these little bottles. They're little half-size bottles. This would be the half-liter, so I guess this is about an 8-ounce bottle. And what I put in here is coffee creamer. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, coffee creamer, that's a lot of extra water weight, which it is. This is another one of those just throw in. I really appreciate liquid coffee creamer, and so that's what I'm going to put in this. The second one of these will be for bourbon. I like to drink Maker's Mark, and that's what I'll have in the second one of these. I'm taking my Foster's beer can pot. This goes with my ultralight Esbit cook set or alcohol cook set, but I'm using it as a coffee mug, and I'll wrap something around that to keep my hand from burning, and it worked out really well on my last trip, and it's very lightweight. Something that also kind of goes against this whole like super ultralight or ultralight backpacking setup is this Jetboil Mini Mo. I've had this for a couple years now, and I bought it specifically just to take to Guadalupe Mountains. It's awesome. I love it. I love that my wife bought me the coffee press attachment for it, and that's worked out really well. It's really heavy compared to all this other stuff, but it boils water super quick. I really like the whole setup, and I like everything about it. So in here is the Jetboil stove itself and the coffee press. Right here is a Sea to Summit spoon. This is the long version, and I got the long. I really like it to be able to get down inside of Mountain House meals. It's really good for that. Right here is an, I believe it's pronounced Anchor battery pack. I got this on Amazon. I think it was about 10 bucks. They have smaller ones. They have slightly larger ones with a little more capacity. This one works well for me. It'll charge my phone completely once and then about half another time. And I turn my phone on airplane mode out there. I don't use it for phone calls or anything like that, which you can't anyway because you don't get service out there. But that is great to recharge my phone so I can shoot videos and hopefully make an awesome video for you guys to check out. Next is this Black Diamond. I believe this is the Spot. This is the older version. They have an updated version of this. But I'm taking this light instead of the Petzl E light because it is winter. It is going to be darker for longer. And so I will be utilizing that more often. Also, I plan on getting up early one day and hiking in the dark for a little bit to try to make it up to Hunter Peak for sunrise. So I'll be taking that. Getting over here to the water situation, I really like taking 1 liter platypus bottles, and I know I could save weight by taking a bigger one, but I feel like these fit in my pack better. And I also take the half liter, just the cheap, this is Sparklets bottle, and that goes in my shoulder strap pocket on my backpack. On this trip, I'm also taking this Gatorade bottle. It's a little bit heavier, And the reason I'm taking this is if I get cold, I'll be able to boil water and put it in here and slide this down in my sleeping bag. That worked well on another trip I went on a few months ago, and so I'm going to take this for that. I actually put boiling water in, well, it wasn't quite boiling, but it was very hot, into these platypus bottles. It worked, but I'm a little worried about it melting out the seams and it's starting to leak, and that would be absolutely horrible. So I'm going to take this Gatorade bottle instead. My water capacity for this trip will be about 5.5 liters, and I think that's going to work out. I am going to do a food video of what I'm taking on this trip, and also talk about the water situation out there. And that will be the video after this one. So stay tuned and check that out. All right, so let's move on to my clothing that I will carry with me. These are my thermal tops and bottoms. They're black. I picked these up at Academy actually a week or two ago. They're a Magellan brand. They were on clearance. They were probably like 60% off. I got each one of these for $8. And they're a little bit lighter than my Under Armour ones that I normally take. And I've had those Under Armour ones for probably 10 to 12 years. So I'm going to take these and try them out. They're a little bit looser fitting, and I like that because I'm a little bit bigger than I was about 10 to 12 years ago. So that's the main reason I bought these. But they're super cheap, and that's what I'm all about. My beanie, or I call this a toboggan. That's what I grew up calling it. I've had a lot of people give me a hard time about that because apparently that's a sled. But this beanie is a Mountain Hardwear. I don't remember the exact model of it, but it has this band around the ears that protect you from the wind. It makes it hard to hear if you're with somebody else talking to you, but it's great for solo trips and awesome for Guadalupe Mountains where it's very windy. That has always kept me very warm. Next is this buff, and what I use this for is I put it around my neck sometimes, or whenever I sleep I'll pull it up over top of my face. I rarely wear it as a beanie. I mainly just carry it for around my neck and over my face at night, and also that is what I use to wrap around my Foster's mug to be able to hold on to it whenever I have coffee in there. This right here, this is a North Face thermoball jacket. It doesn't have a hood on it. This is another one of those things that I could definitely lighten up my pack if I bought a down jacket, like a Ghost Whisperer or something like that. I could lose a lot of weight, but this is what I have, and it's an awesome jacket. I really like it. It's just a little bit heavier, but it is an awesome jacket. So that is my insulation layer. These are some old socks. I don't even remember what brand they are, but I use Injinji socks. They're the toe socks for hiking during the day, and then I put these on at night because they're not toe socks, and so I like for all my toes to be together, and that helps keep my feet warm, and it's just nice to change into a clean pair of socks at night. These are some liner gloves that I have, and last time I went to Guadalupe Mountains during winter, I took these, and I also took a pair of big thick gloves, and I never took them out of my pack and never put them on. I only used these, and these kept my hands plenty warm, even when hiking in like 30-degree weather with very strong winds. These kept my hands warm. So that's what I'm taking on this. This is the cape to my outdoor research hat. I'll wear this hat all the time, so I don't count that in my packed stuff, but I don't carry, or I don't wear this most of the time. This will be carried. This is the cape that goes around the back to protect your neck from the sun, and so I counted that in my base pack weight. I know it's winter time and you might not think you need that, but I actually got a sunburn last winter when I went out there and I didn't have any kind of protection. Lastly, I believe in my pack is this Frog Togs jacket. It's a rain jacket. I'll also use it as a wind jacket if it's really windy, or just another layer at night. But this is my rainwear. Now, whenever I said I'm going to check the weather and see exactly what I'll bring, I do have the pants to this jacket, and if it is expected to rain quite a bit, I might bring the pants for that also, because it will be cold. But if it's not expected in the forecast, I'm comfortable just bringing the jacket. So that is everything that I'm going to carry in my pack, minus my food, which I said I'll do a a video on later on. But worn on this trip is this outdoor research hat that I told you about. It's a Sunrunner hat, and I really like it. I've had it for a few years now, and I've worn it on most of my trips, and it's really lightweight, and I really like it. These are just some cheap synthetic boxer briefs that I got from like Ross or TJ Maxx or something like that. This is a cheap hiking shirt my wife bought me, and now the reason I really like this one is it's not all synthetic, it's partially cotton, I think 50-50, but it has a really great feel to it. And another reason I like it is that it's red and it helps me stand out in my videos. I noticed on my last video I was wearing a black shirt, all my stuff is this olive drab color, and I didn't really stand out in the videos, which isn't a big deal to most people, but this will help me stand out hopefully and make the video a little more interesting. And lastly, I'll be wearing these Magellan zip-off pants. They're another cheap thing from Academy that have worked really well. And like I said, I wear Injinji socks. And that's basically all I'll wear during the day. Now, I may end up wearing some of these thermals, you know, as it's colder, as it's warmer. I'll have different layers on, but that is basically what I'll be wearing. And then for my hiking poles, I just use these Mountain Smith Trekker poles. These are pretty cheap poles from Academy, and I bought them for my Warbonnet Ridge Runner as spreader bars, and I've actually ended up just keep using these. They work really well, and they have a camera mount on top, and so I can screw my phone onto top and use that. My phone is another thing I have. That's what I'm recording on right now, and that's what I record all my videos on, and I'll be taking that as well. So that's basically it. That's my gear rundown. That's everything that I'm going to be taking with me, like I said, minus food. And I will have a video over my food and water situation, and I'll probably also have a small video over exactly what my trip is going to be. It is a little bit larger of a trip, and hopefully everything works out. And I really hope you tune in for those and enjoy those videos as well, because I really enjoy making them, and I'm super excited about going back to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you in some way. Like I said, this is all 9.4 pounds, ultralight winter backpacking trip at Guadalupe Mountains. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. We'll see you down the trail.